The 2025 U.S. government shutdown represents a critical breakdown in American governance, triggered at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on October 1st, when Congress failed to pass necessary spending legislation. This isn't just another routine political standoff. It's a systemic failure affecting hundreds of thousands of federal workers and essential government services, exposing deep fault lines in American democracy and budget politics. The core conflict centers on health care subsidies and ideological battles over government spending. House Republicans and the Trump administration demanded cuts to Affordable Care Act subsidy expansions as part of any funding bill, while Democrats refused to accept these conditions. This impasse follows earlier tensions from a major One Big Beautiful Bill that raised the debt ceiling by $5 trillion and included controversial policy changes in health care, Medicare pricing, and defense spending. The shutdown's impact is severe and wide-reaching. Approximately 900,000 federal employees face furloughs, while another 700,000 must work without pay. Though the 2019 Fair Treatment Law ensures back pay once the shutdown ends, this offers little immediate relief for workers needing to pay bills now. Critical agencies like Health and Human Services plan to furlough significant portions of their workforce, 64% at the CDC and 75% at the NIH, compromising disease surveillance and public health capabilities. Essential services continue, but with significant strain. Air traffic controllers, 13,200, and TSA workers, 61,000, remain on duty without pay, potentially affecting air travel safety and efficiency. While Social Security and Medicare benefits continue through mandatory spending, many regulatory inspections, oversight functions, and grant programs are suspended. National parks remain partially open, but with limited services and increased risk of damage. Veterans' medical and benefit services generally continue, though some support functions may be reduced. The economic consequences are substantial. White House estimates suggest weekly losses of $15 billion in GDP, with potential job losses reaching 43,000 if the shutdown extends to a month. TD Economics calculates the shutdown affects roughly 25% of federal spending. Federal contractors face particular vulnerability, as they typically receive no guarantee of back pay, potentially leading to business failures and supply chain disruptions. Behind the scenes, the Office of Management and Budget has requested agencies to prepare for permanent job cuts, not just temporary furloughs, suggesting this shutdown might be leveraged for longer-term government downsizing. The administration's earlier deferred resignation program had already created uncertainty about federal employment stability. Political messaging campaigns are intensifying, with each side blaming the other for the crisis. Global implications are significant. The shutdown raises concerns about U.S. governance stability among allies and investors, potentially affecting confidence in U.S. debt and leadership. European agency Scope has warned that the shutdown signals negative implications for U.S. sovereign credit. Financial markets may reassess U.S. sovereign risk, while strategic rivals might test American resolve during this period of internal discord. Some aid and foreign assistance programs may stall, impairing America's ability to respond to global crises. Critical indicators for the next 72 hours include worker pay dates, public opinion polls, potential strategic concessions on healthcare subsidies, contractor defaults, and any safety incidents tied to shutdown dysfunction. The duration becomes increasingly crucial as damage compounds over time. Looking ahead, three main scenarios emerge: a quick truce within 2 to 5 days through a short-term continuing resolution, a multi-week stalemate causing compounding damage, or an escalation that could merge with debt ceiling issues, risking broader financial crisis. Given the entrenched positions and preparation for mass firings, a prolonged shutdown appears most likely. The 2025 shutdown transcends typical political theater. It represents a fundamental test of American governance under strain. The outcome will reveal whether partisan divisions can paralyze essential government functions and potentially reshape the federal government's structure and capability to operate under crisis conditions. This isn't just about budget authority. It's about whether the United States can maintain governance stability during periods of intense political conflict.